Hi, welcome to this tarot pick a card reading. Yes, no, or even maybe, as well as why. We're going to get into kind of a little bit more details behind what you can do, what you need to know going forward for this yes or no message. And so each one of these cookies has a yes, no, maybe on them. And you can choose either by the cookie, by your pile, by a stone, whatever you feel called to kind of make your decision. Timestamps are going to be listed down below. This is going to be pile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will also show you close-ups of the stones if you like that. So let's do group 1. These are all stones from kind of where I live, around about 100 miles in either direction, mountains, streams, desert, anywhere. Really, they're all a little bit different, but they all have this beautiful hue of where I live. Here we have a greenish stone. This one looks like a little bean to me, or a little smiley face. And we have this one, which is, you see this all around. I think it's sandstone, this red sandstone. It's everywhere. And we've got this deep, almost purple stone as well. So yeah, timestamps are going to be listed down below, so you can pause if you need more time to pick a pile, and I'll see you at your reading. Hi, group 1. If you chose this pile or this stone, this is your timeless yes or no kind of answer to your question, as well as why. We're going to dive in a little bit deeper into why, what you need to do, how to move forward, so on and so forth. And so this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest, and just have fun with it. So let's see first what your cookie has to say. We have a no. All right, let's investigate. We'll pull these tarot cards, and then we will clarify with another deck as well. So let's see what we have here. The World, the Six of Wands, and we have the Strength card, which is interesting to get a no here. It definitely feels like there is a different pathway, which will ultimately lead you to a more fulfilling, aspect, whether this is a different relationship, a career move, a hobby that you're looking to start, or a situation or a health issue. It's almost like whatever you were fearing, it's not going to happen in the way that you were fearing, because all of these cards evoke a very positive outcome here with this no. And it's almost like a better outcome, if you will. We have the World card here to start off, which is all about, it's the last card in the tarot major arcana, which basically symbolizes the end of this huge cycle that you've been through, and obviously re-evokes a new cycle, a new start, a new beginning as well. So this is kind of what that card kind of symbolizes, is like a brand new start, a new chapter, a new way forward, something better. Like, even though it's a no, there's something better and more beneficial coming to you that is better in alignment and feels a bit more situated to your situation. Feels balanced, feels good. It's the completion. It's the end of a tough cycle, if you will. We have the Six of Wands here, which is all about victory, if you can't tell by this card. It's about recognition for hard work, for your passions, for really putting your blood, sweat, and tears into something. It's almost like there will be a grand payoff at the end, or now. It's like there's something really worth celebrating, worth being, happy for, being pleased about. And it didn't come without struggle, that's for sure. I feel like it's taken great strength and fortitude to get to this point where you're able to have this more peaceful restart, this more blissful beginning. There's, a lot of internal struggle that has happened, trying to keep the peace, trying to keep things balanced, trying to keep people happy or keep yourself happy. Like, I feel like it's been a hard priority to find the strength to balance all the things and the everyday things and whatever you're dealing with. There's been a lot of, it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. It's been a lot of figuring out how to do things, how to move forward, and how to just get things done. It's been a lot of that, which is really, really tricky. Okay, so we're going to pull some cards to see maybe some advice, any additional messages that you need to hear, as well as we can also get a little bit of clarity here. So let's see. For group 1, Lovers, group 1, clarify the 6 of Wands here. And Strength, please. Whoop. Okay. So we have Lovers, King of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, Lovers here, it could be about love. It really could be, a different choice. But the Lovers here is a card of choice as well, but it's all about really weighing the pros and cons, really thinking about the entire situation, the outcome. If you say yes, the outcome. If you say no, the outcome. If you decide no action, like, it's all about really, really thinking things through, really processing things, really making the right decision forward for yourself and for the people that you have in your life, because obviously you don't want to just run people over, cut them out, but sometimes it's necessary for you to take that action if it weighs all the pros and cons and you've thought about all of the actions and you've made your decision. So coming to a clear decision upon what you actually do want in your life, what you're actually really striving for, and not what your ego thinks it should have, not what you feel like everyone else has. Like, what do you really want? What are you trying to create out of your life? What are you trying to manifest here? And then we have the 7 of Pentacles underneath the 6 of Wands, which is, all about that hard work, planting the seeds, sowing the fields, watering daily, trusting if you use the weather system to water your fields, trusting that nature will be good to you this year and will water your crops for you, and you'll be able to have a very plentiful harvest come fall. And so this is also just reminding that patience is key with anything worthwhile to build and to manifest and to grow. And you are already on that path of making something happen, but perhaps you're being steered in a different direction or a different way or a different thought pattern to go about it. We have the King of Swords here. Yeah, really getting fierce in your independence and what you want, and not being afraid of speaking your truth and really saying kind of what's on your mind, and really being supportive of yourself and what you're going after and what you're creating, and not letting other people's insecurities or fears or whatever hold you back. Yes, they can voice them, but you're going to continue to go forward because you know what you must do, and you know where you must go, and you know the path forward, and you know right and wrong. Like you know what you must do. So let's see what else we have here for you. We have remain positive. Yes, definitely making sure that you are keeping that trust, like we talked about earlier, you know, and staying positive. This doesn't mean that you can never have a negative emotion, or you can't feel grief or jealousy or hatred or anger. Like being, like trying to erase those unwanted feelings is very toxic and not helpful at all. Because how are you supposed to find the balance of the yin and yang if you don't know the dark feelings with the positive feelings? But overall, like, know that it always works out. It always is good. It always is victorious at the end. Whether it might seem like you're in the dark and you're a little bit lost and you feel like you need to make choices to be able to get to where you want to be, it's asking for you to just remain positive. And yes, let those negative feelings creep in and let them go. You know, don't let them live in your body. Don't let them just stay there. Hear their message, you know, listen to them, and then come back to your positivity. You know, it's not good to just be like, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. And you know deep down when people talk like that, when they're like, I'm fine, that they are not fine, because you can read it all over their face. And so being positive, knowing when things are good, just appreciating the little things is going to take you really, really far. We have it's time to release negativity. Okay, I did not look at these cards, I swear. Yeah, so whatever kind of cycle that you are caught up in, it's time for you to start recognizing it. Like, you don't have to release the negativity and be like, only positive thoughts, only positive thoughts, only positive thoughts. Like, that's gonna make you like go crazy. They teach you when you learn how to ride a motorcycle to always look where you want to go, not the thing that you want to avoid. So say you're driving and you want to avoid that tree. Whatever you do, stop thinking about the tree and stop looking at the tree, because you're going to go exactly where you're aimed, right into that tree. And so acknowledge and process these feelings, you know, and don't give yourself like, oh, I should be healed, or I should be better, or I shouldn't be so negative. Like, let yourself have the process of these emotions and move through them with water, with ease, you know, allowing that negativity to just be like, okay, it's here, it's showing itself, it's showing me a message. Obviously, I'm feeling stifled, I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling locked up, I'm feeling frustrated. Like, there's a reason why these emotions are here, and they're trying to communicate something to me. So learn how to balance those positive and dark aspects of yourself. And last but not least, we've got some beautiful self-care affirmation. We have drink tea, slow down, find little moments of meditation. You know, when you brew a cup of tea, really pay attention to boiling the water, opening the box, like really feeling it all, being very, very present. Getting the tea bag out, putting it in the cup, smelling the tea bag, noticing how the water flows around the tea bag or your little tea ball when you pour water into it. Notice the steam coming off of it, like smell it, feel the warmth in your hand. Like, make little moments like that really special and really important. And I think everything will be just fine. So that is all I have for you. Feel free to give the video a like to support free tarot content on YouTube. And until next time, take care of yourself. Bye. Hi, group 2. If you chose this pile or this stone, this is your quick yes or no message. We will be getting into what the cookie says. Pre-pulled tarot cards. We'll shuffle some cards to also get a bit more clarity on the situation, and some pre-pulled oracle cards. So pretty juicy. We'll get into all the details here for you, and just know that this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. And I do offer personal readings, link is below. So let's see what we have here. A maybe. Okay, inquisitive, maybe. let's see what we have going on here for your maybe. 7 of Coins, the Lovers, the Tower. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Well, the 7 of Coins here, especially in this card, talks about sacrifice. And as well as the 7 of Coins is all about really planting the seeds and being patient and allowing things to grow and to manifest and to come into fruition. You know, you plant the seeds, you plow the fields, you make sure that you can nourish your harvest, if you will. And perhaps if you are letting nature rain on your harvest, then it is a lot of trust and a lot of timing and a lot of allowance and a lot of patience that goes into all of that growth here, all of that deepening. You know, it's not such an instant thing that we can just snap our fingers and grow overnight or change overnight or be in a different place overnight. Yes, it is possible. For sure it is possible. But it is unlikely that your mindset and your behaviors and everything else is going to change overnight and you're going to snap into a completely different person. Usually that progress takes time. Whether this is you are developing yourself, developing a habit, developing a business, developing a relationship, whatever it is takes time, energy, effort, trust, patience, all of those things we've talked about. As well as here in this card, it really illustrates a notion of needing to sacrifice certain things for the allowance of other things to take place. Like, are there things that you maybe need to cut out that are hindering your progress and hindering your success or hindering what you're trying to manifest? It could be that there is something that you are doing to stop yourself, perhaps self-sabotaging yourself, which is a habit, you know, I think we all can sympathize with. But there is this need to allow the flow to be a little bit more gentle and a little bit more fluid. The Lovers card here could be about lovers, but ultimately it is about choice. Here we have the story illustrated here is Beauty and the Beast, which, if you know that story well, you know, she had to really make some decisions to really stay. Like, it wasn't just an overnight thing where she made a choice and decided, oh, I've fallen in love with him, I appreciate him, I see him on a different level. You know, it took effort and great consideration and pros and cons, even though she was captive. Like, let's not get into that, but this card is all about choice, really making the right choice and taking time to make that right choice and to know which way to go and which way feels good in our heart and in our mind and in our soul. When those two are linked together with a decision, it's going to be the right decision no matter how hard or how, you know, debilitating or how beautiful the decision is. Like, it could even be a decision about something wonderful, like, do I take this job or that job? You know, it's up to you to really weigh those pros and cons and see what fits best for you. Because if you don't, if you choose, you have 3 choices. You choose A, you choose B, you choose nothing. And if you choose to do nothing, things are going to start happening for you, which the universe is always doing that. You know, nothing is happening to us, it's for us, but this is going to come at a greater force instead of you taking it under your wing to adjust, make a choice, make a progress forward. I'm not saying that it has to be A or B. It could be that the right choice is to do nothing at this time, that is also an option, which is why you're getting the maybe card, which is frustrating, and I get it. But there needs to be action taking place, or a choice. You must choose. Once you choose, it is like, it's incredible. I've learned this in my past when I was stuck between A and B, A and B, A and B for months. And then one day I just decided, okay, that's it. And like, I tried to call friends and family, and I wanted them to tell me what to do. I wanted them to be like, yes, this is the right choice. But no one could ever tell me that, because ultimately it was my choice and my decision. And as soon as I made that decision and I made steps, literally in 2 days, I think it was less than 24 hours or something crazy, it started happening. Like, it just, all the changes happened that were in alignment with my choice. It was like the universe, God, whatever, it was just waiting for me to like make my mind up whichever action I wanted to go. And albeit it was a very large decision, it did manifest immediately and take action. But if I had not made a choice and I had just stayed, it would have been a choice as well. But this is saying that you need to really be making your own choices in your life. No one's going to come along and tell you what you need to do or what you need to say, because ultimately it is your life and you must trust that inner guidance. So let's get some more clarity here. See if there's anything else that wants to come out. One more. One more for group 2. Okay. Don't be scared about the devil. All right. 4 of Wands here. Yes, so this card is all about the right steps, like making really good progress, recognition, the right step forward. And so this is saying whatever choice that you are stirring up in your head, that you are dabbling with and you don't know where to go, ultimately you're going to have the right positive step forward, and it is going to be the right step forward for you at that time. It's just allowing the decision to be made. 9 of Pentacles here. We jump from the 7 to the 9. So yes, creating a more fulfilling life, with this choice, creating more balance, more harmony, more peace, more ease, and more enjoyment, more fun in your life. The 9 of Pentacles is all about enjoying the lapse of luxury, being a full human, enjoying beautiful things and adventures and beautiful places and beautiful people and music and food and whatever. It's all about enjoying those moments for you. So after these choices, it's almost like there will be a relief here. And the Devil card talks about all of our shadow aspects of ourselves, things that we don't want to see, we don't want to face. It could also be overworking, overstimulating, over addicted to dopamine or other substances. It's a need for something that is more than we need to survive. It's that tie, it's that it has a rope around your neck, it's controlling you. What is controlling you? What is taking too much from you? Where is there no balance here in like what you are trying to create here? So just as the Lovers card is all about choice, so is the Devil card all about choice. And so it's a lot about prioritizing importance and what you are looking for in this lifetime. So let's get some oracle cards for you. We have recovery. A time to slow down as well, not just recovery. It could be even just like a time for peace, for slow, allowing yourself to be there for yourself, to be slower. Maybe this will help with your decision, but step away. It could even symbolize recovery from, you know, that devil energy, whatever was keeping you tied and stuck and stagnant and drowning and eating away at your soul, you know, whatever the thing is that you are just, you're tied to. Like if you were without it, you would feel like a limb was missing. And so I feel like you're really learning how to find the balance. Maybe it is actually just cutting that thing out, you know, seeking help if you need it. But ultimately, we have recovery coming here for you. And it looks very beautiful and blissful. And it could even just be like an energetic thing. It doesn't have to be so dark and serious. And it could be dark and serious for your case. And everyone struggles with different things, and there's no judgment here, but it could also be a more energetic recovery, a revitalization of your exhausted cells and your exhausted brain and your body and your soul from being so burnt out for trying to keep on running for so long. We have the energy is gaining momentum. Yes, with that Tower card for sure. There is definitely a lot of things happening here, a lot of things progressing, but there is like this final little choice that needs to be made. Final little yes or no from you, or I am not making a choice at this time, whatever it be, you know. It's going to gain momentum immediately after making that choice. So let's end with some self-care oracles. Connect with your ancestors and write a gratitude list. Yes, very, very good. You can even just talk with your ancestors like you do to a friend. You can just be like, hey, yo guys, what's up? And also writing a gratitude list just to stay grateful for what you do have. And there's always something to be grateful for. Grateful for shoes, grateful for no broken bones, grateful for the sun, grateful for food in my fridge. I'm grateful for the car I drive or the transportation I take, and it's always reliable for the most part, or for a book that I got that changed my life, whatever it be. Making sure that you are being grateful for the small things in life, not being naive to the struggles and turbulation of life, but just being grateful for what you do have in this moment is going to call in more things to be grateful for. So feel free to give the video a like to support free tarot content on YouTube. And until next time, take care of yourself. Bye. Hello, number 3. If you chose this greenish stone or this pile number 3, this is your reading for yes, no, or even maybe and why. We're going to get into some in-depth messages here and see what needs to come up. And yeah, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. And I offer personal readings. Link is down below, of course. So let's get into it. No. Okay. Let's see. No. 8 of Swords. 10 of Swords. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let's put it like this. 8, 9, 10. Definitely 100% no. I've never seen the cards come out in order of the same suit in the same 3. Yeah, if that's a hell no if I ever heard one. You know, and all 3 cards are swords cards, which all have to do with your brain, your intellect, your worries, anxieties, your thought patterns. I feel like you feel like you're just stuck in this energy, like you're just on this merry-go-round of suckfest here, and it's almost like no, like there's like this energy of it's not going to stay like this forever, you know? With 8, 9, 10. 10 completes the cycle. At the end of the cycle, usually this depicts someone with 10 swords in their back, but then they are getting up for this brand new cycle. It's almost like it's an empowering 8, 9, 10 kind of energy. You know, it's finally stepping out of the shadows. It's finally stepping out of these troubles, of these anxieties, of these thought patterns, of these negative biases that you just keep on getting stuck in, this feedback loop where you're just stuck and stagnant and you don't know how to get out. We'll get some cards, pull some more tarot cards for more messages, but ultimately, you know, the Nine of Swords is all about having nightmares and this fever dream, just things just never progressing and never moving forward. The Eight of Swords is feeling stuck and lost and alone, you know, feeling tied down, feeling isolated, blind to a way forward, a way out of this situation, a way better. You know, there's a lot of like this stuck stagnancy kind of energy here. You know, you're definitely hoping for a better way out of these situations or situation, because it definitely feels like an ongoing cycle here. It's just like, well, when am I going to break free out of this? I just want you to know that, you know, even though this is dark and troublesome and heavy and anxious ridden and overthinking and all of that, you know, the universe, God, source will never hand you more than you can handle. And as well as everything always works out okay. It really does. You know, it doesn't maybe seem like that at the time, especially if you're in a dark situation, if you're at rock bottom, if you are just not where you want to be in life and you're like, how did I get so off track? There is always a way to realign yourself and to get yourself back on track. Believe me, I know. I've definitely hit a rock bottom of my life before, where I was completely homeless and had no job and like, anyway, but I eventually crawled my way out of that hole slowly, and I had to sacrifice certain things, and I had to really learn to dance with my ego and really learn different techniques. And now I have a giant tool belt of techniques that work for me that I can always pull from, because I did go through this darker period where I felt like there's no way I could ever get out of this, and there was. So let's pull some more cards, because I think we got the message there. Let's see, what is group 3? I'll need to know. Any other messages for group 3? Let's clarify the 8 of Swords here. 7 of Swords. Okay. Let's get 9 of Swords clarification. Okay, and 10 of Swords. That was not really a shuffle. I'm not taking that. 10 of Swords clarification. Okay. Whew. Lots of heavy energy here. Lots of heavy energy. Okay. So we have my hair. We have the 7 of Swords clarifying the 8 of Swords. So it definitely feels like there has been some kind of betrayal or unfairness or sneakiness or manipulation or cause of suffering. You know, a person, place, or thing has definitely caused this eruption, this unsettling, this imbalance, this whatever it is, has caused you to go through these tragedies. And then with the 9 of Swords, we have the 8 of Cups clarifying here, which is like, it's time. It's time to walk away. It's time to get out of this ocean of emotions and cups and feeling stuck and feeling stagnant. And it's time for you to start crawling your way out of this position and start empowering yourself, instead of feeling like I'm stuck, I have no choices. Like, there's always a choice. There's always something that you can do. There's so many helpful programs. There's helpful people. There's helpful messages out there. There's so much that you can get help with. And as long as you just reach out and start asking, you can be able to pull yourself out of this and be able to see, the sunshine above the clouds here instead of down in the water where it's churning and slashing you against the rocks every wave. And we have the Five of Cups here. So even in this tumultuous time, it's important to notice what you do have. Now, it can be so simple as I'm really grateful for my smile. I'm grateful that even through all this, I can smile. Even through all this, I can get free tarot readings. That's a blessing, I have access to internet. I'm really grateful for that. That's an important thing to have. I'm grateful for the sunshine, beaming down on me. Or I'm grateful for the birds singing outside. It doesn't have to be a lofty thing, and just, it's hard. It's hard to be in that place of knowing everything sucks and just being like, well, I guess I'll be appreciative of the sun because I don't have anything else to my name. But it's important to have those glimmers of hope in these in these times, but as well as allow yourself to feel this grief, this pain. Allow yourself to move through it. It's human. It's there for a reason. Usually these stronger emotions that we want to kick away and hide from are there for a reason, because something is unsettled. You don't feel safe, you don't feel seen, you don't feel heard, you don't feel respected. That's why you're getting all these emotions kicking up with you. And so just appreciating the little things, what you do have, the little moments that you can take away in a darker time frame. Okay. I feel for you. I know that you're going to get yourself out of it, and you'll look back and I know it doesn't sound like it, but you'll be very fond of the situation when you look back at it as a very growthful period of your time, and really shifted and catalyzed you into a different personality and a different person. Because damn, it sure will. All right, let's see what else we have. Yeah, ask for help from others. Maybe you're someone that is always a giver, always the helper, always doing things, always has advice. It's time. It's time for you to ask for help from others. And maybe is that part of your lesson right now in this time frame? I think it's so easy for us to, in hindsight, realize the lessons. But could your lesson be right now that it maybe is important for you to seek help? So just keep that in mind. Gentle reminder. And we have work through your fears. Yeah. I think there's also a lot of what ifs coming in. What if this happens? What if that happens? How do I make that happen? How do I go here? How do I do this? And ultimately, you were stressing yourself out by all this what ifs when you don't know. So it's a waste of your energy, especially with what energy you have left. You need to be reserving that energy, not using it for these fears that you keep yourself stuck in, these cycles of the what ifs and how and when and all these things. It just needs to be, let that go, ask for help from others, trust that you will be taken care of, because you always are. I know it might not sound like it at this time, and you maybe are like, well, $5 is a lot to me right now, and I get that 100%. I'm not just saying that. I've been there where $5 was a lot to me, and I didn't know how I was going to get out of that situation. But I eventually had to ask for help to get myself out of that situation. So your worst fears are not your fears. They're legit. I think it's worth acknowledging your ego, being or your brain or your inner child that is scared, and be like, yes, those are legit fears. Those are legit. You know, what if that does happen? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that would be horrible and devastating. But also, what if it doesn't happen? What if it works out? What if it gets better? What if I get myself out of this? You know, it's important. Last but not least, some self-care for you. We have massage. Now, if you're in a situation you can afford a massage, obviously go get one. If you are not in a situation where you can't get a massage, give yourself a massage. Give yourself a hug. Like, touch yourself. You know, learn how to do some yoga to like stretch into those weird areas. And see, this person in this card is massaging themselves. Look at, they're massaging their foot, the back of their neck, their hand. You can easily do those little massages. You can massage this part of your neck, especially if you use a computer or you're just a human with a computer, like we all have it, you know. Just take some tender, loving care to yourself in really easy and attainable ways. You don't need to buy stuff. You don't need to do anything crazy. Just little things. So that's all I have for you, group 3. I'm really wishing you the best in your journey, and don't be afraid to ask out for help. All right. And feel free to give the video a like to support free content here on YouTube, tarot content. Until next time, take care of yourself. Bye. Hi, group 4, welcome. If you chose this little bean or this pile, this is your reading for quick yes or no message and why. We're going to get into a little in-depth here of the why here. So this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. I do offer personal readings, link will be down below. Okay, let's get into it. For bean, we have no. All right, let's check in and see. We're gonna do these cards. We're gonna pull some of these for more clarifying. We got these at the end, so stay tuned. We have the Wheel of Fortune, Page of Wands, and the Devil here. Okay. No, interesting. The Wheel of Fortune always symbolizes change. Change in the wind, if you will. Can also symbolize, you know, a little bit of stagnancy, a little bit of stuckness. There usually is, you know, an energy of needing to transform a little bit here, you know, really needing to push the boundaries, really needing to, yeah, transform a little bit here. You know, in this imagery, it's this guy in a spider web, and spider webs can also symbolize creativity and need for growth and expression as well. And so does this guy. Like, he's very expressive in the way that he is dressing, he is singing, he is being himself. And so maybe this is something that you are being called to take step on, take action on, or step up to. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. But a need to kind of really show yourself, shine yourself, be yourself, and allow yourself to be excited again about something, about a situation, a person, a place, or a thing. There is a need for you to be yourself, to shine yourself, to be yourself, to speak your truth as well. You know, the Wheel of Fortune is all about, usually when it's upside down, you know, your luck has run out, you know, it's kind of draining. But right now, you know, the wheel is upright, meaning like the cycle is continuing, you know, it's churning, it's constantly going bad and then somewhat good and then bad and then good. That's what the Wheel of Fortune is doing. It's constantly spinning. It's like a gambling game, you know, it's constantly evolving, it's constantly changing, it's constantly needing us to see that and appreciate that when there are dark times or bad times, when the luck has run out, to really appreciate that, those times of slowness, those times of inaction, those times of things not happening, so that when the wheel is turned upright, we're able to really appreciate the goodness of life, the sweetness of life, everything that comes that's really blissful and amazing. So, a turn of tides coming your way. We have the Page of Wands here, which is all about feeling that youthful excitement again about something that you are excited to pursue, a person, a project, a passion, a hobby, a new way forward, something that really just lights your soul on fire like a little kid. And you're able to have all these ideas, and you're like, get really passionate about talking about it, about doing something, you know. So there's definitely like a different path, a different change, a turn of tides kind of coming here. And then we have the Devil coming in. We'll get some clarifier cards, but the Devil here is just always to remind us to create balance in life, create this ease with life where we don't need something, someone. You know, the Devil can symbolize overworking, addictions. It can symbolize codependency, dependency. It can definitely be like anything that keeps you tied to a thing or to a person or a place or a job, like where someone or something owns you, or you feel like you don't have free will or choice, but you do have free will to break free out of whatever this thing is kind of tying you. It's almost like there's this progress wanting to happen, and this Devil card is just keeping you stuck, or maybe you're keeping yourself stuck, or like in a cycle, you know, in this stuck cycle almost. It's almost like you get a little bit of excitement and then you're always back to square one almost, because something keeps on like pulling you back. And it could be a person, you know, it could be someone saying, you know, why would you bother? Don't get your hopes up. Or it could be a job saying no. It could be a lack of success in, you know, trying to date someone. It could be anything. So let's get in a little bit more clarity on these cards. Let's get one for the Wheel of Fortune here. One card for the Wheel of Fortune. Clarify any messages I might have missed or additional messages. Wheel of Fortune, please. All right, so we have the Hierophant and the Sun. Okay, let's get one for the Page of Wands, please. Okay, Judgment. And one for the Devil, please. Boom. 10 of Cups. Okay, interesting. So, the Wheel of Fortune here, we have clarified by the Sun and the Hierophant. Yes, so definitely like a brighter, the sun is here, illuminating everything, as the sun does. It's a very masculine energy. It's a very rewarding energy. It feels actually warm. It's exciting. It's fun. It's here to illuminate your entire read, as even though this is a no, it's positive. It's really beautiful. It's meant to be this way. And now you could be asking a question where the no is exactly what you wanted to hear, or the no is not what you wanted to hear, but regardless, it is exactly the right thing that you need to hear, because ultimately the sun is here, and the sun always feels like the right choice. It's always the golden sunshine glowing over everything. And we have the Hierophant here, you know, a need to really pay attention to the pros and cons of making a choice. You know, the Hierophant is always slow and methodical about, okay, what action am I taking? What choice am I making? And they're not brash to make a choice. And it takes a long time to get to this culmination of, okay, I know which way to go forward. I know what action to take. I know what steps to take. And once they do, they can just dig in and just go for it, like steady, like motivated, determined, like ready for it. But it takes them a long time to get there, to get to that decision, because there's no need to rush the decision. But once the decision is made, it's made, and it is the way forward. So the Wheel of Fortune here, again, a change of pace, a change of things to come here is what I'm getting. Page of Wands with Judgment. Judgment is here to literally deliver a message here. You know, you have that horn coming in, delivering a message of hope and new start, new excitement, a new beginning. You know, after being tested and put through the test of time, you know, the Judgment card is here to be like, good news is on its way. We see what you've done some good work, and I feel like there's going to be something coming in, some kind of message or recognition of something from the past, like someone contacting you or something. And we have the Ten of Cups clarified by the Devil, which is a little bit confusing. But the Ten of Cups here ultimately symbolizes, like, you know, the perfect cherry on the cake, ultimate emotional fulfillment here. You know, you're just feeling good and fulfilled and whole and happy. And it's almost like getting yourself out of a situation or a relationship or somewhere you're stuck and stagnant here with this Devil. As soon as you release the grips of the Devil, there's this blissful, like, I can breathe. I feel good. You know, it might be a little scary to make this transition or to make this choice, but ultimately, like, it just feels really fulfilling and safe and in alignment with you. All right, let's get some more. We have opportunity. Yes, so again, with this, like, energy here of something coming in, some kind of change of pace after letting go of something or not moving forward with something. When you're like, so that fell through, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. There will be a brand new opportunity kind of just falling into your lap, you know, allowing it to be there. Obviously, still take action on finding opportunities, but there seems to be an opportunity just waiting for you, waiting for the right moment. Your hard work is paying off. Yeah, for sure. And that could be tied with that Devil card, because the Devil card does symbolize Capricorn energy. It could be that you've worked really hard. So it doesn't even have to be that Devil card is about addictions or ties. And it could be that you've been sacrificing a lot to really make something happen. And so your hard work is being recognized here in the Judgment with this opportunity. It's almost like, aha, finally, like I'm being recognized. But maybe you have really sacrificed with the Devil card. Time with your friends and family. Time for having fun, because you're like, I'm going to grit the nail to the grindstone. I think that's the phrase. And just work my butt off until I have some success, until I can make these numbers, until I can get this person or work on myself. Like, it's very much rewards coming in for all your hard work. Last but not least, self-care message. We have dream journal. I've been having some weird dreams lately, and I definitely recommend that you write down like what you're having right when you first wake up. Otherwise you're gonna forget. Like, what are the weird dreams that you're having? Just start like brain dumping it, because there's always symbolism in your dreams that might help you be processing this, might help you be able to be more in tune with opportunities coming in, anything like that. So yeah, this is exciting. And yeah, feel free to give the video a like to support free tarot content on YouTube. Until next time, take care of yourself. Bye. Hi, Group 5. Welcome. If you chose this red sandstone or pile number 5, this is your reading for yes, no, maybe. And I just want to start off by saying this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. I do offer personal readings. Link is down below, as well as some other cool offerings I have. Let's take a look at your message. We're going to pull some pre-pulled. I got some tarot cards. Let's get into it. We have a no. All right, let's get the message. Let's see. No, we got the Hermit. I want to say Hierophant. We have the Hanged Man, and we have the Queen of Wands. So the Hermit is here for you to go within a bit more. You know, the Hermit is definitely a hermit, if you will, but it's also Virgo energy, which kind of symbolizes a need to form, structure, solutions, organization, getting really serious about your goals, what works, what doesn't work, what you're trying to go after, what works, what doesn't work, as well as a time to just be in isolation. And that doesn't mean be lonely and be woe is me. It means it's time for contemplation, reflection. It's time for going within. It's time, I feel like it's time for you to really transform something here as well, because we have this white stag. You know, white is the symbol of hope and purity and almost like new beginnings as well. And there's this sun rising here after, you know, the evening sky kind of took over. So there's this need for you to reevaluate, reassess, and look for that guidance from within, really asking the right questions of yourself and really seeing what is there. The Hanged Man, or the Hanged Lady in this card, is all about perspective. You know, the Hanged Man is literally hanged upside down, which really requires you to see things in a different light. You know, in ways that you thought were troubling or hard or cumbersome, perhaps those were lessons for you to learn. And so really taking these things and transforming them, transmuting them into something more positive. For example, energies and the ways that you are, your habits. If you are a perfectionist, what is the opposite of a perfectionist? Would be someone a bit creative, sloppy, messy, you know, a little bit all over the place. How can you learn to look at that other aspect of that sloppiness, that creativity, and allow for you to be a bit more like that or in tune, you know, to that other aspect of yourself, you know, really getting the full spectrum picture of who you are and different perspectives on the way that you think, you know, literally head over feet, or yeah, feet over head over feet. But really having that awareness of different perspectives and different occurrences and everything like that. Also, there is a symbolism on her necklace, which is, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's a Viking symbol. It's like 3 triangles together, and it is a symbol of the warrior within, you know, and not just the warrior spirit, but also what's the balance? What's the other side of a warrior? Is a lover, you know, is a healer, and like learning to find those two balances of the two aspects of give and take, of light and dark, of what you are comfortable with, what you can push and change. And we have Queen of Wands here. She's all about that passion, nurturing those spirits of ourselves, that depth of our heart and soul, of who we are and what we want. And this is here just to symbolize that deeper need to do, to create, to get messy, to experiment. So it's almost like after this time of contemplation and reflection and what worked and what didn't. It wants you to be playful in a way that is experimental and not doing things in the same way that you did before to get the same results. You're like, well, what can I try that's different? What can I do that's outside of the box, that's outside of my comfort zone? That is the opposite of, say, I'm a perfectionist. What's the opposite of a perfectionist? It would be someone very creative and free-flowing and allowing things to happen. How do you tap into that? Let's get some more cards here. Let's get a clarifier for the Hermit here. Did I miss anything? Any additional messages here for you? Prince of Torches, or Princess. And then one for the Hanged Man. Where'd it go? Queen of Wands, one card. We got two, so let's do two. Okay, so the Princess of Torches is all about, fueling that fire again, that excitement again, after a time of rest, contemplation, reflection, going within. Can you take that energy and really find a pizzazz, something that kind of stirs this fire inside of you again, to really get that excitement going, to really feel youthful again, to really feel excited about life and whatever it has to hold. Now, this could be that you were in a relationship and it's almost like you lose yourself in a relationship, or like after a relationship, it's time to go reflect and go within and take what you need to know and like grow from that and churn it out into positivity and this fuel and fire for life. And, we have the King of Swords here, also symbolizing like, don't be afraid of your ideas. Like, put your ideas out there. Like, if you want to start, a YouTube channel, like, do it. You want to like make like reels, do it. You want to like do TikToks, do it. Like, if you want to start a business, like, do it. Like, there's this new fire that's going to be lit up inside of you that kind of just allows this excitement. And with the King of Swords here, your ideas, your visions, your opportunities, like, you're just thinking outside of the box here. With this King of Swords energy, you're able to really take these mental ideas and transform them with the Queen of Wands into something more, into something like substantial here with, the Queen and King energy here. We do have the Three of Swords, which can talk about grief, heartbreak, sadness, loneliness, feeling betrayed, feeling left out as well. But let's not dwell too much on that because we don't need to. We have the Prince of Pentacles, though. So he is here again, finding that spark of life, the princess and prince we have going on here. Really finding that spark, that joy for life. Princesses and prince, they're the same kind of suit. But they just are really excited. They're really youthful. They're a little bit clunky. They're a little bit dumb sometimes. But they are very explorative because they don't have the boundaries put on them by the king and queen, because they're like, well, I can't be acting out because I know right from wrong. I know how to do things. So the prince and princess is here to tell you to get experimental and to allow it to be a little bit messy and a little bit clunky and a little bit whatever. Like, it could be anything, And I'm seeing the Two of Cups here on the bottom, and I split it to the Tower, which talks about, well, it could be relationships or letting something go that you thought you had poured yourself into equally, but it wasn't. And then this is all coming after a time of foundations crumbling. You knew they were never good. They were never built on solid foundation anyway, and so it was just a matter of time. Now, it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be literally something that you poured your time into and you thought it was equal and you found out, not equal. Let's see what else we have here for you. We have compromise. Yeah, especially with that balance of the scales here. It's all about learning from the situation taking that it does take two to play the part. Like, what did you do in relationship to this situation? You know, did you get yourself into this situation? Did you listen to your intuition? Did you stick around too long? Did you not set boundaries? Like, find the compromise, and maybe it wasn't all just that person or that situation or that job or whatever. Perhaps it was also me playing a part a little bit, having that compromise of getting out of that victim mentality and just blaming someone, and take responsibility for yourself. And we have adjustments are required here. Yeah, I think you're definitely working through these adjustments here in this kind of pause period time. And I think it's just really reflecting, journaling, getting deep, really looking within, like, what do I need to add? What do I need to take away? This hermit energy, really embody that kind of hermit energy to help you get some clarity. Last but not least, we got self-care. We have look for fairies, which again ties into that page and princess, or not page, sorry, it's normally a page, the prince and princess, which is like all about this youthful, experimental, non-judgmental kind of energy, like looking for fairies. That's very inner child, to kind of have this no boundaries and believe in fairies and go look for them and make little fairy houses. And this is just saying to allow that side of yourself to be explored without reins, without boundaries, without harnesses. It reminds me of like when I went to photography school and I graduated, and I was so cookie cutter. Everything looked the same, and I tried to break, it took me so long to break free out of that and to like know the rules but break the rules, to find my creative soul again, and to really go through that messy process as well. So that's what I have for you. Feel free to give the video a like to support free tarot content on YouTube. Until next time, take care of yourself. Bye. Hi group 6, welcome to your reading if you chose this pile or this little purplish stone. This is your reading for yes, no, maybe. We will get into it. We've got some pre-pulled cards, some tarot cards as well off camera, right there. Yeah, and this is the general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. I do offer personal readings, link is down below. So let's get into it. Yes, no, maybe. We have no. All right. Let's dive in a little deeper. 5 of coins, 5 of swords, 9 of coins. Okay, these messages have been very interesting. So definitely 5 and 5 symbolize change, a need for change, a need for a shift, a need for a different way forward. The coins symbolize literally coins, the way that you make money, how you spend money, your home, your foundation, your safety, your footing, you know, everything on the physical, material, human aspect, human plane, you know, things that we can physically touch, you know, that's all what coins is. We have 5 of swords, which is all about mental clarity, intellect, thoughts, ideas, anxiety, thought patterns, all of that. So there is this need for this reflection here, where something obviously is not happening the way that you thought it would, you know, with the 5 of coins and the 5 of swords. You know, the 5 of swords can also symbolize, you know, someone not being very trustworthy and being a little bit manipulative and, you know, not being true to their word, not following through as well. You know, there is this, yeah, just like, I thought I trust you. Maybe you were very hopeful and naive and you were like, put someone on a pedestal, or thought an opportunity was going to pan out and it didn't, and you feel like everything just kind of, you got your legs cut off and you just fell down. And then we have the 5 of coins here, which is interesting. We'll get some clarifier cards because it's interesting. We have the 5 and then the 9. But the Five of Coins is literally feeling left out in the cold, as you can see here, and looking up at this stained glass window, you know, knowing that you're hopeful, that things can get better, but right now it feels really difficult and there's no progress forward. So we've got this kind of stuck energy here, but again, fives kind of symbolize a need for transformation, change. Usually it's like an internal kind of change. Maybe you need to get a bit smarter with money and finances and not be so afraid of money and finances. You know, educate yourself on money, because they don't teach you that in school, and they don't teach you that on purpose, because they want you to be a cog in the wheel and just be a good worker, just like they do in school. So if you are like really wanting to break that, it is important for you to do that research on your own. If you're sick of being manipulated and taken advantage of, start studying psychology and start setting boundaries and really working on your self-worth, your self-love. Because as soon as you have a strong love for yourself, you will never be falling prey to these manipulators, these narcissists, these evil people, these greedy people, because you will know yourself, you will love yourself, and you will never get yourself into situations that you don't want to be in. For example, like I've definitely been in a narcissistic relationship, and I realized that it was because I was in that relationship, I allowed it, and I never really supported myself. I never loved myself. So I got myself stuck in this relationship. We didn't even have that much in common, so I don't even know why I stayed. It was really just bad. Anyway, but then we do have the Nine of Coins here, which is throwing me for a loop to have the 5 and then the 9. But there is this 5-5 energy, so no, something better that really fills your soul with, you know, this joy, this happiness, this excitement, you know, a better way forward. You got a fresh watermelon here, you got all these watermelons, you're in a beautiful oasis with boats and everything, like it's beautiful, and this little golden bird being like, hey buddy, share my watermelon. You know, and it's just like all about the pleasures of life, you know, really having the luxuries of what money and freedom and love can really afford you. And it's almost like after this period of transition or change that needs to be happen, things are going to look up, things are going to get brighter. But let's get a couple cards. We'll clarify the 5 of Coins here, clarify the 5 of Swords, please. Okay, and then 9 of Coins, please. Clarify the 9 of Coins, please. Okay. So we've got the Ace of Swords. Yeah, so kind of getting that power back. You know, aces are all about brand new cycles. So instead of being like, woe is me, I don't understand what I'm doing about finances, I'm never going to have money, I'm never blah, 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 these stories that you tell yourself, like taking the power back, educating yourself with the Swords energy here. Swords are all about our mind, learning to be smart, taking that power back under your wing and really getting serious about, like, if I want to like learn about finances, you can read, you go to the library, get a finance book. There's so many finance books. You could even Google like top 5 finance books to read for beginners. You could look at podcasts. You can, yeah, there's so many. YouTube, you could just go on YouTube. There's so many like young kids making really awesome finance videos, and what are stocks and what are investments and what to do and blah, blah, blah. Like, get yourself educated, take that power back. We have the 5 of Swords here. We have the Universe and the Hermit. So interesting energy here. So asking for a time to pause, reflect, to go within here, to really look at yourself. What went wrong? What went right? What do you need to do to work on yourself? The Hermit is all about Virgo energy, you know, really, really looking back and assessing, you know, the path forward. What do I want? Where am I going? Saturn energy is also here, and Saturn is all about tough love, tough transformations, but ultimately it's for our best, you know, interest at heart. And then we have the universe here, surrounded by all the fixed signs, zodiac signs, and it's also the last card in the tarot, Major Arcana, which says like this cycle will be over. Like you're ending this cycle. And again, it just abruptly ends there and then goes to the Nine of Pentacles, which is very interesting. So it could be that you are completely starting over from scratch, a new job, a new relationship, a new perspective, a new something. But it's after a time of pause and reflection, after feeling like your legs have been cut off. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles clarified by the Nine of Coins, clarified by the Seven of Pentacles, which is all about the patience of growing something. And that could be growing your self-worth, your self-love, and that's not just about face masks. It's a bit deeper. I have a video about self-worth if you want to check it out, and how I've kind of managed to grow my self-worth. It's more of like a talking video, but you could check out that. But it's also all about planting those seeds, you know, those little seeds, and like nurturing those seeds and like watering those seeds and everything like that. You know, what do you need to do to really nurture something that you want to actually manifest and grow with and continue with? And so there's this new change, this new luck, but it definitely requires you to do the change. You know, the Five energy here, they're not going to do the change for you. It must be you to do the change. All right, and let's check out some of these. We have trust. Yeah, so you're being called to ask for trust here in this situation, to really trust where you're being led, trust that inner guidance, even though you feel like, what the hell am I doing? To trust that you will get this spark of energy. And I think it really just comes to empowering yourself to make these choices, to make these changes, to sit in reflection, to really weigh the pros and cons, to get to know yourself again, to really get smarter, take the power back. That's kind of the message I keep on getting. We have you are good enough, which is lovely. We love to see this. You are good enough for whatever you are trying to create. I know that imposter syndrome can be a real thing, but whatever you are trying to bounce back from, to reestablish from, you are good enough to be able to be happy. You're good enough to be happy, to be fulfilled, to live a life that you love to live, to be surrounded by people that you love. And so maybe you'll have to have a bit of alone time. And I saw this reel recently on Instagram that was like, it's not about being lonely. It's not about being alone. It's about separation from the world during like a period of growth and transformation. And I was like, ooh, I like that. So I think that's what you're going through. Last but not least, self-care message here for you. I swear I didn't look at these. Alone time. Yeah, you're being called to really have that separation, you know, from the world, and really focus on yourself and recalibrating yourself to your needs and your wants and everything like that. And I think you'll be fine. So feel free to give the video a like to support free tarot content on YouTube. Until next time, take care of yourself. Bye.